Welcome back, everybody. We're back with Texas, the working brother in Texas, here for another talk. How you doing, everyone? Are
Howdy
you
doody,
subscribed?
bro. Good to see you, man.
Good to
Just
be
finished
here.
dinner,
Good to
having a
be here.
little hard candy dessert. It's delicious, man.
Excellent.
One of
Excellent.
my cheap thrills that I have these days.
How is the water situation? I'm gonna keep asking that because it's always gonna be a thing.
It's always a thing, dude. And still today, there's zero water today. It was chapping my hide. I was cooking dinner. We had a little chicken pesto. And I went to, rinse my hands after handling the chicken fillets or something. I'm like, I turn on the water and nothing happens. I'm like, ah. You forget about it until, they say you never miss the water until the well runs dry. And it's been a long
Yeah.
time since we've had steady water here. I mean, where we're at in the center at the apartment, the water's still a lot more here than it is most places, and especially Petrovsky, bro. I mean, I was in Petrovsky the other night when it was supposed to be water night there. In the city of Donetsk, they give different districts water one night every 3 days. But in Petrovsky, when it's water night there, they turn it on around 6 p.m. and it starts getting slow around 8 p.m. And dude, like by 9 p.m., it's whistling. It's just wind.
Yeah. Yeah. Must be a real pain. I noticed on your Telegram you posted the other day some of the humanitarian work that you went out. You went out to Petrovsky as well, somewhere around there in your neighborhood, if I'm not mistaken.
That's right.
Tell
We've
us
done
about that.
a few human aid work recently. We did a pretty good one with our buddies Vozmezdi. They pitched in, and another guy pitched in too. We bought 5 electric generators so the guys on the front can, charge their batteries, their walkie-talkies, whatever, their flashlights, everything they need. So, because they're in places that don't have electricity. They're in some bombed out basement, and walkie-talkies are like, you have to have them, dude. I mean, it's like, because the phones don't work there, and even if they
Yeah.
do, it's suicide to use them because it calls directly in a strike. And dude, and let me tell you something, bro. Me and Ludmilla were out at our place in Petrovsky. How long ago was it, honey? When the shell hit down the road?
It was some days before the New Year.
A couple of days before New Year, So late
Yeah.
last. Are you sure? It was that long ago?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I was gonna say if I remember from your post, it's about 2 3 weeks ago, so that puts it around there.
Yeah, yeah, and
Right
so
before, maybe one day before the New Year.
yeah, it was okay. So it was right before New Year, and you're talking about like January 1st, New Year, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. So as opposed to Orthodox Old New Year, as we call it here,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
was the 15th or something. But
14th, 15th. Yeah.
so, bro, we're talking about giving a little human aid, a couch, and what else did we give? Some other stuff. The first time with April when he came by, we gave some human aid to a great guy, friend of my mechanic, and Ludmilla was talking not on Telegram, but on the actual telephone, and she was telling this guy where to come to pick up the human aid at our place. And she said, a
Bentley.
specific area. She said it's behind this gas station, basically,
Bentley.
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
And bro, 5 minutes later, an artillery shell came down on the first house right
On
there
that
behind
street,
that
huh?
gas station, bro. exactly right there, dude. I mean, and it was 5 minutes
I think I know
later.
what you're talking about. I've been there, yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
yes, you have been there. And you
yeah.
do know what I'm talking about, bro. And so you know, I mean, we're talking about like 100 meters, dude. I was outside smoking a cigarette when it came
Mm-hmm.
down. And I knew that it was close. I mean, I ducked, bro. I ducked.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's been
What can
hot.
I
You know,
say,
it's
man?
getting, hmm?
What can I say? It's getting ridiculous.
Well, it's
And
getting better these days, actually. It's mellowed out a lot, at least in the center, particularly
The center, yeah.
in the last couple of weeks.
that's good.
Petrovsky, you know, the other areas that usually get bombed are still usually getting bombed, and pretty hard too, man.
What about the front?
So
How has it changed here
the
around Donetsk?
the front is moving forward right now, bro.
Ugledar is on fire. No.
There
Ugledar,
was yeah, Vuladar. There was like talk of like attacks on all sides, basically. Like the
the
Russians
whole
going for a
front,
big
bro.
push. Yeah,
Basically, the whole front. There and good Lord help them do it right, man. Because
yeah.
you know, there's also talk that there's a couple of big wads of Ukrop Nazis, Polish and American foreign mercenaries, ISIS
Mm-hmm.
cannibals helping them out too.
Yeah.
You know, and they say that there's a 15,000 and a 30,000. You know, or no, excuse me, a 30 and a 45,000 in a
Mm-hmm.
couple of Ukrops.
Yeah.
You know, so you know, right now our guys are looking good. Thanks, especially to Wagner, and thanks especially to the guys of the DPR and LPR armies that are on the front
Excellent.
doing the heavy lifting right now, as usual.
Yeah.
So we're moving forward, dude. The war is a long way from over, as Alexander Khodakovsky noted recently after the big success, you know, at Soledar,
Mm-hmm.
where Wagner took the city. Khodakovsky, you know, he just said, "Hey, look, it's a good deal, but we're still close to Donetsk. We ain't close to Kiev yet. Let's not start partying. We got work
Yeah.
to do, brother." And he's right. And there's still a lot of work to do. And man, I've seen some serious videos of, you know what they're saying, like in the reports, they're saying, oh, you know, Germany's going to send 14 of these tanks, and you
I
know,
was just gonna
Poland's going to
ask, what's your
send.
take? What's your take on the tanks? You think they're gonna make a big difference?
Dude, if you've ever been in front of a tank, you'll know that every tank makes a big difference until it's taken
Yeah.
out. And, you know, and here's something that's really, really important, and I mean really important, is that both the Leopard and the M1 Abrams tanks, they have depleted uranium ammunition. I mean, there's
Yep.
regular, but there's also depleted uranium, which is like the super hard
Yep.
penetrator round. And it's also a deadly poison. And the
Uh,
Russian,
I'd know very well. Like they used it
oh,
in
yeah,
Yugoslavia,
they
Serbia,
used it in Yugoslavia. That's right, bro. You know
and in Kuwait,
how
and
dirty
in
that
Kuwait
is.
actually.
And
They
in
used it in
Kuwait,
Kuwait,
yes, of
but
course.
in Kuwait,
And Iraq.
the Kuwaiti government got the Americans to go back and clean up the areas that they used the DU munition, and they actually like shipped sand, like the top layer of sand. They shipped it, and it's like being stored in Kentucky or somewhere. Um, but yeah, something tells me,
Okay, so listen. So, yeah, so the Leopard and Abrams tanks that they're talking about sending right now, they both
hmm
uh, have depleted uranium ammunition that's made for them, that fits in them.
yeah,
And the Russian foreign ministry today or yesterday came straight out and they said specifically, and I quote, if depleted uranium ammunition is used in Ukraine, it will be considered by the Russian government as a dirty bomb, a radioactive dirty bomb,
Yep.
nuclear dirty bomb, with all of the ensuing consequences. And that's an exact direct quote, bro. And when they say all
Yep.
of the ensuing consequences, leave that to your imagination.
Yep. Comrade, what can I say? It's good to have you back on the show. Um,
I'm glad to
I
be
was
back
out.
again, too, man.
I was out for a bit, and then you were busy doing God's work, helping the people there. Um, I think we'll call this a teaser. We'll stop recording to get people
Okay.
to subscribe to the channel. Remember, subscribe here somewhere. Somewhere here.
Working brother.
Yes. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, turn notifications on, and we will be back very shortly with some more from Texas. Taking it
Man,
out
this
with some
hard
music.
candy lasted me the whole interview.